Alright guys, hello and welcome back. Today we are out at one of my favorite places to go bow fishing. As you can tell, it's a dam that comes right off the lake. And this is where I normally get all my suckers for the year. We like to smoke them. They're pretty good. However, as I said, it's pretty early in the season for these fish right now. Actually, the season hasn't even started yet. So the water temp is still very cold. I mean, there's still a little bit of ice on the lake, but not a lot. So hopefully this water will start to warm up soon and the fish will start moving. Once that happens, we can come back out and actually start fishing it. But until then, we just gotta wait. But like I said, this one's kind of a tricky area to navigate. I mean, it's nice and wide open, you can see, but underneath the water surface here, it's just pure rocks and boulders. So you gotta really place your shots or bring a spear with you to make it worth your while. I have broke a few arrows over here, so there's that. But you will see this place again, I promise that, and we'll be getting fish left and right. But until then, we're gonna go keep checking other spots and see if there's anything moving. I know with one of my carp traps that I checked a few weeks ago, there was a couple pike moving through, so hoping that maybe there's more fish coming through. We're back at our second location where I like to get my suckers. And now the challenge about this one is not only do you kind of have to be up on top of the bank over there a little bit, kind of makes it more difficult to get the fish, but this is a very sandy bottom, so as soon as you walk on it, I mean, you start stirring up a lot of mud and sand, obviously, and it just makes it almost impossible to see the fish at that point. So that's the only downside to this spot. That and this is a new tree that fell over, I guess. I don't think this was here last year, but it doesn't look like there's any fish moving through here. So we're gonna keep moving, and we're gonna go check the carp traps and see what's over there. And hope I don't fall off trying to get back off this thing. All right, and this is just a look from the other side of the culvert. Yeah, it's pretty rocky right there. That's kind of a bad spot to get the fish. If you get them down a little bit farther, there's less rocks, but still got to be careful when you come out and do all this. Okay guys, so we just pulled up to one of my favorite spots to get carp, like I said, and I'm 99% sure there's already carp moving through here. One, there's a ton of ripples in the water, and two, I saw some fish up above. Obviously I wasn't close enough. I don't know if you can see that, but there's definitely carp moving through there already, which is kind of crazy because this is really early and the water, there's still a solid layer of ice out there. However, if they're moving through here, early season might be something to consider. I know my pontoon is definitely not ready. I mean, I gotta at least bring it out and make sure the motor still works. But this makes me wonder if I should start doing that here in the next few days. Because now, I mean, if there's fish this early, and there's fish generally halfway through the summer here, and then they kind of just die off because it's too warm and they've already moved from their spot. Man, this is cold water, and I think this is the earliest I've seen fish out here. But I don't know, we'll check the second spot. Well, same spot, but just up farther, and we'll see what's going on over there. There goes a duck. All right. Like I said, oh dear Lord. Holy crap. Oh my God, they're thick right there. Holy jeez. Oh my goodness. There's got to be 100 of them sitting there. Jeez, Pete, I was not expecting to see this early. But again, this is the hard thing about fishing these sandy bottoms. I mean, you can see they already all swam away. And now it's pretty murky. So we're gonna quickly check back there, which there's more ripples in the water, so it makes me think there's more carp back there. I gotta turn around and not fall. Oh, almost fell backwards. That'd not be fun. Man, early season carp. Too bad you can't fish from shore right now, otherwise I would. Oh dear Lord. Oh my goodness. They are thick right there. Holy cow. Look at them big ones. Jeez. I was not expecting to see this. I mean, I don't think I've ever been out here this early to see carp, but that's just insane how many there are. Normally I see a lot, but this is just like 2 to 3 times as many as I normally see. We'll go get up on this platform here. Yeah, there's one right there, swimming through. Jeez, dude. Oh, get it. Oh, right there. Wow. Man, this is exciting. I really need the ice to get off the lake so I can get in the water and come over here. It's gonna be really cold, but there's fish, so I don't care. Huh, interesting. All right. Well, you saw it first, so the fish are already moving, which is, again, like I said, very surprising. Never seen them this early and that thick already. But this is promising. This is exciting. This means I need to get my pontoon up and ready real quick, and then I can go out. So, with that said, we're going to shift directions a little bit and go home and talk about the bows that I have, and one that I just came across the other day. I'm excited about the third one. I'm excited about all of them, obviously, but the third one, the one that I just came across, looks like a really nice bow for the price. So we'll go home and talk about all that stuff. Okay, we're back. Like I said, we're going to go through the bows that I have and that I've shot with. This was my first, I guess you can say, official bow that I actually ever bought for bow fishing. Before, I just used a cheap old crappy one that still killed a lot of fish with it, but it was time to upgrade. So this right here is the Diamond Edge sonar. It's going to be identical to the Diamond Edge as for hunting, but with the sonar, what they've did is they've taken the cams and they've actually milled them deeper to prevent your bowstring from popping off from time to time, which does happen, has happened multiple times on this one. But that was because the arrow would come out of its resting place here, and it would end up being a dry fire. So that happens. Kind of sucks that happens, but it is what it is. Anyways, I built this one. Well, I shouldn't say I built it. I bought it from a shop. I had them install all the accessories on there. When this one was made, I want it to be based around AMS products because I trust them. I use them a lot. I've used them ever since I got into bow fishing. But AMS is kind of expensive, but they're also one of the leading people in the bow fishing world, so I didn't really mind spending that much money on it. Anyways, it's been a great bow. It's now my spare bow, my backup, or if anybody wants to come with me, this is what they can use. I do like it because now you can adjust the draw length on the fly, basically. You just take out a couple screws, adjust it to whatever number you want, and you can adjust your draw length. As far as power goes, I believe this goes up to 50 pounds. Draw weight 5 to 55 pounds. So it's got plenty of power to get through big carp. I've not had an issue with that. I've gotten 2 carp with 1 arrow before. That was kind of fun. They were big carp too. But again, like I said before, if you guys watched my other video, I don't buy my own arrows. I actually make my own arrows now. So this is that interlock 3-point barb tip on there. So very aggressive. A little bit more weight out there, but overall I'm really happy with those. So I'll show you the next one here real quick. All right, so this is the Cajun Sucker Punch Pro. I wanted to try a different bow other than, you know, something that I bought from a shop or from AMS. But we're going to get back to AMS here in a few minutes. As far as this one goes, it's been a great bow. The only downside to this bottle reel, a little bit different than the AMS one, you got to press this lever here to release it, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time, because when you're walking through thick weeds, you don't got to worry about your line accidentally pulling out, and then like you got you know 100 yards of line just pulled out because you didn't see it. And, you know, sometimes that has happened with my AMS reel, but with this one it doesn't. It actually locks it back in place and it has a fairly secure grip on it, so you won't really snag it on much, which probably one of the best features about this. The cams are actually quite a bit larger, I believe. And again, they also send adjustment plates for your draw length. Now, the other thing they do is they send a second set of plates here, and that would be for a continuous draw length, which honestly is fantastic. But I set it to what I need it to be, and that's what it stays at. You're probably wondering what this is. This is the Muckbuster line puller by AMS. Again, I like my AMS stuff. I've been looking at that one for a while now, and I'm like, dude, I just got to get it, because sometimes I got to go find a stick and wrap it around, you know, the string and yank on it because it's so stuck in the mud or stuck in weeds. And now I just wrap it around here, and I can use leverage from the bow and just pull it, which is fantastic. As far as the rest goes, I do prefer this one over the one that's on my other bow, just because it's got some bristles right here, so it actually does hold that arrow in place. So I mean, I can flip this thing upside down and it's still in place. So I do prefer that one. Again, we're shooting that interlock 3-barb grapple tip on the end there. Fantastic tip. I recommend you try it out just once. You'll be impressed just like I am. I've never lost a fish with it, so that's why I keep shooting with that. As far as other features go, I mean, it's pretty basic. I wonder what that is. Oh, interesting. Never seen that before. That's probably a line puller of some sort. This one, I think it ran me about $450. About, yeah. Anyways, to get a bow completely set up, you're looking about, I guess it does vary. I mean, you can get some for, you know, I've seen some for $250 and I've seen some for $1,000. Now, one thing that I do want to try is a lever bow. I want to try one of those. I haven't bought one yet. I might buy one next year because I've been looking at them for a while now. I just haven't decided on which one to exactly go with. Vader Bows makes what a lot of people, it's either hit and miss. They either love it or they hate it. And I've seen reviews on it and videos on it, and you can dry fire that bow as many times as you want and the string does not pop off. I mean, they abuse this bow. So I'd be interested to try that one. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to buy another bow for this year or not. We'll see what happens. But we will now shift back to AMS and talk about that one. All right, guys. Like I said, we are back. And, oh, what is that? Oh, that's not supposed to pop up. I don't want that. This is the bow that I found at Shields the other day. It's the AMS Ringo compound bow kit. This one would be ready to fish. It should come with an arrow. I think it did at the store. I just didn't, maybe just didn't see it. But anyways, you know, this comes with the bow, the rest, the reel. I don't know what rest is on it right now. I'd like to see that because I'd maybe swap that out if I don't like it. The reel, it's just your Retriever Pro, I believe, or Retriever Sport. That's the Retriever Sport. So it's a good basic reel. I mean, you can obviously upgrade that later if you want. I'd like to try the TNT Pro reel. But what this one has compared to my other two bows is those are limited at about 50 or 55 pound on the draw weight. Now this one can go from 20 pounds to 70 pounds. So that's an extra 20 to 15 to 20 pounds of extra weight you're throwing. That's big when you get into the big fish. Here, 50 pounds will get you through a lot of fish. I know I've shot straight through fish before, and then I gotta try and reel them in. That's a fun process. Anyways, axle 30 inches, so it's a little bit shorter than the Cajun Sucker Punch Pro, like I showed you guys earlier. A little bit shorter than this, so, and at $50 less, but you can get cool colors in this one. The glow, I've never seen this one actually glow at night, but then again, I've never seen this one at night. I saw it, it was a white one, and I'm like, oh, I don't like the red, not knowing that it was, or excuse me, I don't like the white that much. But I didn't realize it can glow, which really makes me want to buy it just because it can glow. So anyways, zip arrow rest. I guess we can look at that real quick. Let's see what that one looks like. Oh, wow, you bring me nothing. Oh, that's boring. Oh, okay, so yeah, I'd most likely swap this one out with the one I got on my Cajun bow. I just like that it has the bristles on it, so it actually just holds the arrow in place. Not saying this one is bad. I'm just saying I'd prefer something different. So at $400, I mean, you get, that's a very respectable price on this bow, you know, completely set up, ready to go. Again, it's 3 3/4 pounds, so it seems fairly lightweight. 20 to 70 on your draw weight, and it's adjustable draw length, which is always nice to have. I know mine can only go to like 29.5. This one can go to 31, so you can have young kids shoot this one, or you can have tall adults with 6'5" arm span, whatever you want to call. Yeah, I'd like to buy this one and try it out. I know I shouldn't, but who knows? Maybe we'll buy it. Anyways, what we're going to be shooting with this year is obviously the Sucker Punch Pro. That's going to be my main. Like I said, that diamond edge sonar is my backup in case this one goes down. I have found that is quite handy to have two bows with you, because sometimes you can have some issues with the first one, and then all you just do is you just grab the other one and keep fishing. So I don't know. I mean, if I were you, the problem with, here's my drawback with these ready to fish kits. You know, when you go to a store and you see them on the display shelf, they are almost always in like a cardboard sleeve of some sort. They're all zip tied to the cardboard, and they generally don't want to, you know, take one out of the packaging per se and let you shoot it. But that's exactly what I want to do. I want to try this bow, because I know you can do that with just about every other bow you buy, at least for bow hunting. That's how it is. But I'd love to try this one. You know, if I like this one, this would be my main, and I'd buy more of these. You know, I'm trying to figure out what bow, you know, currently is the best bang for the buck, most easy to use. That way when I take people out bow fishing, I just give them, here you go. You want it set up for a certain draw length? If yes, you know, zip out a couple screws and set it up real quick. If not, away we go, and then you can adjust the weight on the fly as well too. So that's a big thing that that I like. But with that 20 to 70 pounds, that 70 pounds is big, and at almost an 80% let off, that's a lot. So with that said, if you stayed through the whole video, thank you. You know, drop a comment, tell me what you're shooting with this year. I'd love to hear it, because I'm open to trying different bows. Like I said earlier, I do want to try a lever bow. I just don't know which one to try. But you know, like, subscribe, follow for more. Hopefully we'll be out fishing in the next couple weeks. I know I gotta wait for the ice to get off the lake before I can get out there with a pontoon, but as soon as that ice is off, I want to be out there. So we'll see you again in another video.